Gonna head on out. Starting out here at the Founders Park off of Hazel Dell on 116th Street. We are road noise. So we are on Hazel Dell Parkway, headed north on the east side of Carmel. As you can probably tell, one of the busier roads. So this is the main north-south traffic route, which takes you from the southern tip of Carmel, which is 96th Street, and will run you all the way up into Westfield. And this trail, at least on this side of the road, will actually take you all the way up to the Midland Trace Trail, which is an east-west route that Noblesville and Westfield have been developing. And they just opened some sections of that, so this summer you're gonna have to get up there and ride that. But I hadn't really filmed anything on Hazel Dell, so I thought we'd get a little bit of footage here. I'm not doing anything crazy speed-wise. I just pedal assist 1, typically in gear 5, and that gets me around 15 miles an hour average. Then obviously I slow up for the crossings and some hills, and obviously got to watch cars. So typical overall average, if I go out for a 10, 15, 20 mile ride, probably average speed about 12 miles an hour. Of course, that factors in having to stop to cross at the roundabouts or any other street crossings. But just as a nice, easy cadence pedal, I'm typically around 15 miles an hour. So now I'm up on 126th Street, so this is the first roundabout we will have to cross. And as you'll see, the crossings are set back a little bit, but you do have these little center islands where if you can only go halfway across, you can. And then you pick the trail back up. And that one's usually not that bad, especially when you're not out in rush hour. It's a small enough road. The east-west bound route's not as busy, and most people are going north-south at that point, so if you're riding on this side, you can usually cross that one pretty easily. The next one that we'll be coming up to, Main Street and Hazel Dell, is probably the busiest one that you'll encounter on this side, this far north. And then this is Plum Creek Golf Course again on my right. This is the front 9. It's kind of hole 5 and 6. And then on the left is Northview Church, real large church that on Sunday is just, the amount of traffic is ridiculous. But good to see. It's also home to the Carmel High School cross-country team course. So this is Hazel Dell and Main Street Roundabout. And being it is a Sunday after Christmas, not very busy. But one of the things they just did is they put in these flashing lights because it is such a dangerous crossing. I don't like to use them if I don't have to. But the speed limit of this road, even though it's 35, it's not uncommon to get people doing 45, 50 miles an hour, and they just do not want to slow down at that roundabout. So I really don't cross Hazel Dell at that roundabout. I'll do the one up here by Cherry Tree. It's a lot safer. But there's a Starbucks down there and a nice little restaurant, Attitude. Great place to ride your bike down to, grab a coffee, grab breakfast. And this is one of the probably older trails in Carmel. And it is actually on both sides of the road. But all the trails in and around Carmel are, for the most part, bi-directional. So you can be on either side of the road, go north and south, doesn't really matter. And if you're wondering, yes, I am checking traffic before I shoot across those openings. I do have a mirror, so I can see the road traffic coming up to my left side. And then, of course, I have a pretty good line of sight to cars coming up the road. And believe it or not, Carmel passed a bike ordinance many years ago. They kind of outlined the rules of the road and the intersections with the bike trails. And what you'll notice is there's no stop signs on my side. That's because I'm riding on a designated bike trail running parallel to the road, and technically speaking, because I'm riding the right flow of traffic, I would have the right of way. So cars coming out of those neighborhoods are supposed to stop and stop at the stop line and not cause me to have to pause or stop. Realistically, that happens most of the time, but well, people are pretty observant. You do have to watch yourself, so I always go in slower, pretty much covered by brakes, making sure that I can stop if I had to. And then this is Cherry Tree Boulevard. We'll be turning on. And this is where I cross most of the time when I want to go to downtown Carmel or into the interior. It's a lot easier to cross there. The road's a little bit narrower. And it's on the edge of a school zone. So when school's in session, cars are going a lot slower. So it's just a lot easier to cross there. So now I'm actually Cherry Tree Boulevard, multi-use path. This is a nice little circle. So when we first moved here, when I was doing a little bit more running for fitness, this was a nice little circle I could do. It was about 3.5 miles. So it was perfect training for 5K races, which I would do. Not a lot, but you know, I did a couple of them. But again, this is an older trail, a little bit more rutted. And then the trail from a multi-use path is only on this side of the road, so south side of Cherry Tree, at least on this section of the trail. But pretty popular with the people that live in the houses here. So always kids riding bikes or longboards, runners, walkers, dog walkers. Going back up a slight little hill. Nearing the end of our route here. So right up here is where this road used to actually end. Then about a year ago, year and a half ago, they completed the construction on it and opened it up, which makes it a nice big loop. And then you'll see the new pavement. And kind of back to our starting point. Nice big circle. Probably about maybe 9-mile ride, 10 miles. So that whole big loop is about 10 miles, pedal assist 1, still have full bars. So that was my little RadCity ride for today. First attempt at kind of vlogging while I'm out riding, so we'll see how this goes. Might have to invest in a better microphone setup just because of the wind. Otherwise, time to go in, warm up, go watch some football. Hope you enjoyed the ride.